Welcome back to Access Anime. I'm Henshin Ikeda, and today I'm going to be introducing Zombie finally. I'm sorry about the long wait, but it took me a while to finally get to it. And then later on, anime updates on where I'm at. Okay, so let me get started. I started watching Zombie today, and I got a good feel for the first episode. I'm going to let you know what I rated it at the end of this clip, so I'm going to hold back my true feelings until the end. But let's dive right in. We've got the two main characters, Shito and Chika, referred to as Boy A, Shito, and Boy B, Chika. They literally are referred to as Boy A and B. Shito has dark green hair, and Chika has silver hair. They really are polar opposites of each other. Shito is the nicest person when he's around people, and Chika is cold-hearted and very rude, to say the least. We start off the episode seeing a girl by the name of Michuru. Now, within the first 5 or 6 seconds of the episode, she's already dead, and you see Shito and Chika looming over her body. But that's not what's really happening. Apparently that's probably another episode ahead because she's actually alive right now. And so we're taken into present day, like what's happening right now. We see Michuru walking in school, and she runs into Chika and Shito, and she ends up dropping like these little packed foods, like little breads. And apparently she was supposed to give this food to her friends, which were at the lunch. See, let me tell you a little about Michuru. She is a nerd, she's a pushover, and she's like a lapdog. People take advantage of her because she can't defend herself, and all she can do is say yes, and she can't speak up for herself. So she says she's sorry to Chiko and Shito for, I guess, running into them, and she runs off, goes to the lunchroom. Her friends make fun of her, they make a big deal about everything, and just when one of the girls stands up and says, "Well, you forgot my bread," you see Chika walk right up, throw the bread and walk away, say, "Oh, you forgot this," kept walking. And you see Shito be very polite about it. And the girls are like, "Well, do you know those guys? Boy A and Boy B?" And they explain the whole story of who Shito and Chika actually, why they're called Boy A and Boy B. The reason is, about 2 months ago, there was an accident called the Vidic accident. 20 people died. Besides the 20 people, which technically it's 22 people, plus 2 were Shito and Chika. All these people died, but their names were left out because they were underage from the news and media. So that's why they're referred to as Boy A and Boy B. They're survivors, which in all seriousness they should have died. But we don't get to know anything about the accident, so you can ask me as much as you want about it, but there's nothing I know about the accident other than it was like a huge wreck. Now here's a curious thing. We see Shito and Chika walking away. Shito pulls out a hand that's been cut and hands it over to Chika, and it's got like a chain wrapped around it, and it's literally just a cut off limb. It just had me at an I'm like, what? And now this is interesting. Michuru, she I guess either sees it or sees something. She mentions seeing something about a black ring, and then one of her friends takes her glasses off, and I guess you're not supposed to do that because Michuru, she sees the black rings that are around the guys' necks. Both Shito and Chika have black rings, and then she faints. She faints. We see her next going to the infirmary, and she overhears the teacher talking about a girl that's been missing for 3 days, and then the nurse turns around and says, "Are you okay?" You know, usually girls that don't eat properly faint. But that really wasn't what really happened. So you see Michuru walking away later on that night. She runs into Chika, and Chika says, "You owe me money since I got you that bread." And she wasn't really talking much. Then he's like, "Okay, 500 now, 500 later, 500 yen." And he ends up giving her the nickname 500 yen. Kind of funny. And then he walks away. She follows him. She follows him and up to a gravesite. And it's crazy because you see Shito and Chika, like, I don't know, like, get their limbs off. Like, they don't have hands. These guys are at a gravesite randomly, and Michuru, she's hunched underneath a tombstone, seeing everything, and they turn around, and they see Michuru, and this was the oddest thing. Shito, remember he was so nice? How I just described him, he was all nice, good boy? It's like, I think we should kill her. Like, these guys are cold, really cold when it comes to, when they're alone, I guess. You see Shito magically has a gun, and Chika, he's got a sword. I just love how their weapons come out, and they turn around and they see a demon dog. Apparently, that's what they were there for. That's why they were in the gravesite. They were hunting demons. Well, not demons per se, but zombies. But in this case, they're technically considered demons. But it's a zombie dog. At first, it looks like a normal dog, and Michuru could not, her expression and everything, was like she didn't know what was going on. All she could see was an innocent dog. They sliced the dog, turned around, it's like, I think we should kill her. And it looks like they got their knife and gun aimed at her. It looks like they're about to kill her. They turn around, she closes her eye, and you hear a gun go off, but it was at the dog. And then you see Shito take out his little book and write down, like, I guess every single time they kill a zombie, it clears their debit, or their debt out a little more. I can't really explain that. They turn to Michuru, but she's already sprinted away. But she said she could see the rings on so-and-so's necks, and I guess they overheard it. So now they know she can see the rings on zombies' necks. And she sprints away before she can explain anything and before they can ask any questions. Now, the following day at school, she runs into both Shito and Chika yet again. Yes, again. And again, she's also being a lapdog to her friends. She's getting food for them. But this time, Chika walks right up and says, she's ours. You don't have our permission anymore. You cannot use her for anything. If you want to use her, guess what? You have to go through us first. And they take her off. And she's like, wait, where am I going? Chika and Shito end up taking her to the loan office. Hence the name Zombie Loan. It's called the Z Loan. It's interesting how they put it. It's like it's the end of the alphabet, which would mean it's the end of your time. Hence Z Loan, the Zombie Loan. I love how the title of this anime is like in the company they work for. And we see at least one extra character when they enter the building with Michuru, but we don't get to know who that character is. Now we hear a guy's name's Ferryman, but his actual name is Miko. He seems to be the guy that's running this business and this building, and that's who Shito and Chika report to. Apparently he thinks Michuru is a customer, which she is not. They're just there to tell, I'm going to call him Ferryman because that's a better name. They're telling Ferryman about her ability. She can see rings on their targets where they can't. Ferryman picks this up, and now we get to know what her power is called. It's called the Grim Reaper Eyes. She has the power of the Grim Reaper, eye-wise, so she can see people that are about to die. Apparently this clarifies it up why they are killing zombie guys now, all these zombies and whatnot. They're doing the Grim Reaper's work, and they're clearing their debt of why they're still alive, because technically Shito and Chika are zombies. Yeah. And I guess Ferryman's okay with her tagging along with them. But see, what we don't know is how'd they get this debt, and how are they paying it off? I mean, we can hypothesize, how they are, but in this episode, there's real no clarification on it. So it kind of ticks me off. I was like, I gotta know, how much are they in for, and what particular type of zombies do they have to kill? Like, is there a difference in what type they kill? We've only seen one so far. So they leave the office, and Michuru, since she can see the rings on people's necks, starts pointing out everyone randomly in a crowd, like, there's a caller, there's a caller. There was a woman with a necklace on that she mistook as someone having a collar. There was a punk rocker with a gothic collar, so she's screwing everything up. But that's generally how the episode ends. But just before I end it, I'll put this out there. Shito and Chika are talking to Michuru pretty direct, because she's complaining how she really has nothing to live for, how it would be easier to end certain things, and she finds out that both Shito and Chika were zombies, and they're like they're telling her, well, you can criticize, but we have something to live for because we really don't want to die. I mean, we're already dead, you know, we shouldn't have to keep doing stuff, but, you know, we have goals, we have dreams. And Michuru's like, well, I don't have goals, I don't have dreams. So she's more in a suicidal position, you know, she's got that kind of, you know, if someone's not telling me something, and if I'm not doing something, then why am I here type of attitude. But that's what we're left with this episode. So that's where we're at. I hope that makes sense. But now, final thoughts. Now, these are my final thoughts. Is Michuru going to die since she has a white ring that's turning dark on her neck now? Because the last thing we see is her looking at a reflection, and she notices now she has a white collar getting darker. So her time's about up. And what kind of debit are Shito and Chika paying off? And to whom? Is it to the ferryman? Is it to the Grim Reaper? We don't know. I can assume it's to the ferryman. And what is the ferryman's background? Those are things I'd like to know. But I'm going to give this 4 out of 5. I kind of like the surprise. It's a zombie series. I love zombie series. Who doesn't? Plus it's right around Halloween, so it fits in perfectly. So it's got perfect time in the theme of it and everything. So I'm 4 out of 5. But let me switch gears now, and I'm going to go to my anime updates. Let's kick it off with what I've finished. What series I'm fully finished right now that used to be ongoing. Arcana Famiglia, which was 12 episodes, that's finished. Accel World, 12 episodes plus an OVA, finished that. I might do a review on the OVA since there's only one of them, but we'll see. Mobile Suit Gundam AGE had 49 episodes. Wasn't too bad. Campiones had 13 episodes. I was hoping for more, but it was good for a short series. I didn't hear a lot of good stuff from the manga. Apparently a lot of people didn't like the manga. But my current anime, what am I currently watching that is ongoing? Fairy Tail, I'm on episode 150. One Piece, episode 566. Sword Art Online, I'm on episode 13. Naruto Shippuden, episode 281. And Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, episode 5. I'm still waiting for episode 6 to come out, so it's kind of ticking me off. It's been how long? And the one I'm not reviewing is Ebiten, Kouritsu, Ebe, Sagawi, Koukou, Tenmonbu, episode 10. I'm waiting for episode 11. I know that's a hard title, but I will post all that down below. But that's where I'm at anime-wise. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to throw in one more. My anime that I've stalled out on right now, Blue Dragon. I feel like I'm never going to get to that. Casherin Sins, again, around episode 16 or 17, I stalled out on. And Asagiri no Miko. I was on episode 2 or 3 when I stalled out. But that ends it for my walkthrough, review, and update. Comment down below, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe right above, follow me on Twitter, check my page out, and, well, that ends it for today. Before I go, I have to say it. I gotta say it. Can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.